Hey guys, Rob here. In today's video, I'm going to show you 3 books which have significantly changed my life and changed my business as well and how I do things, and also changed my worldview. And this could be anything from down to interacting with people to how much revenue I've generated in my business. And these are superb books. I'm just going to get straight into it with book number 1 here. Is Never Eat Alone by Keith Ferrazzi. I mean, you can see how shredded this book is because I've just been through it so many times. This is essentially the modern day how to win friends and influence people that was created by Dale Carnegie. And in this book, it talks about how to basically make relationships with people in high value people and VIPs and people in good places that can eventually help you. And the big takeaway from the book is that you actually, to make relationships, it's sort of counterintuitive. You have to give value, and give value in a way which you don't expect anything back, which is very, very difficult to do. So in today's age, I see, particularly I run my business on LinkedIn. I see a lot of people comment on other people's posts, but they don't comment on the other person's, on a person's post to actually add value. They comment on the person's post to essentially hope that this person comments back on their post. That's the only real reason they do it. But that's not really adding value, and that's not the true meaning of networking. In this book, you have to switch things around in your head and think, how can I add value to people? I didn't know this until I actually connected with one of my uncles on LinkedIn a few years ago. But this is about 4 years ago, but I was asking for some advice about networking with people. And I didn't realize, but my uncle is the vice president of a global company which does 2 billion a year. So, and he's come from nothing. So he knows a few things about, networking and meeting people. And one of the key things he said to me, which completely agrees with this book, is says, Rob, to meet people, you have to be interested and then be interesting in that order. He says, so be interested and be interesting in that order. Now, nobody is going to ever be interested in you unless you're interested in them first. And to be interested in a person, you have to ask them questions, about things, right? It makes sense. If you're interested in somebody, you're asking them questions. And to be interesting yourself, you have to have the ability to tell stories and go in depth on certain subjects. And that advice right there is absolutely key. And this book is jam-packed with networking advice and how to meet people, how to deal with people as well. That's the first one. Highly recommend you can pick it up. Here's another one. This book is probably about £5 if you're in the UK. It's probably about $6, $7 if you're in, if you're in the US or overseas. And this book is called Made in America by Sam Walton. And Sam Walton is the founder of Walmart. And it's basically his autobiography and the book that he wrote when he was literally on his deathbed. Now, whatever you think about Walmart and whatever you see in the news today, that's fine. That's today. But this book talks about a person who was building this company in the 50s, and the sheer persistence and resilience of a man who basically started with nothing, no cash flow whatsoever, and created, a company which, if he was alive today, he'd probably have some of the biggest wealth on earth, right? And this book has actually, in Jeff Bezos's, the founder of Amazon, regular reading. And Jeff Bezos said that he's actually found this book multiple times and had to buy it again because the pages are so shredded, he's been through it. It's basically his Bible. So massive recommendation for this one here. Pick it up. It's only $5 and it contains so much knowledge about business and how to build things, how to make things profitable, and how to deal with people as well, that it is just so worth it. That's the second one. This is number 3. Now, this book is insane. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. It's by a psychologist called Robert Cialdini. And Robert Cialdini created this book basically to pull apart the marketing and the influence in the world. So there's a bit of a theory that, you know, no actions that we take are actually from free will. Every action that we take is kind of inspired or influenced by something, which is very true. And this book covers tons of different principles, or it covers 6 principles of influencing that you can use in your business, but also to basically watch out for when they're being used in a negative way. So for instance, if you were to go to a supermarket or a grocery shop and you were to see like 20 people crowded around one item in that supermarket, your interest is instantly going to be piqued, right? You're going to be like, oh, what are they looking at? Like, I wonder what they're looking at. And if that item that they were looking at, all those 10 people bought this item and it left one left, that item would instantly hold more value. And these are like the principles of basically influence and persuasion, and this is what this book talks about. But mainly this book talks about things which you should be doing to like watch out for. Now, I don't want to get too political on this, but you know, there's lots of things which have happened in the media over the last, particularly over the last 2 years, I'd say. The media and with politicians as well, and you can, once you read through this book, you can see what influence tactics the media is using. You can see what influence tactics the politicians are using as well. Now, again, I don't want to get too political on this, but when you actually see it for what it is, you kind of like, get me off, stop the world, I want to get off, you know. Yeah, pretty crazy. But I hope you enjoyed this video. Highly recommend you pick these books up. You can pick them up for like, I don't know, 10 bucks each, £10 each, something like that. So worth it. They've massively influenced. This one's taught me about people. This one's taught me about building business over a long term. This one's taught me about reaching people in the right places, which is also kind of like strategies I use on LinkedIn as well. So hope you really enjoyed this video, guys. Please subscribe to the channel if you did, and you take care, and I will see you in the next one.